This is Catherine Isabel, and you're listening to the Knife Party podcast. I hope you enjoy it, because I don't.
Groovy. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Knife Party podcast, where we leave it all on the cutting room floor. I'm, of course, your illustrious host, Zach Evergreen, and joined with me today is Antonious Montana. Hello. See, I always do your voice different, so that way I know which episode it is, because this episode is the last of the trilogy. And I know you probably are listeners going like, yeah, you guys did El Mariachi and Desperado like 2 weeks ago. What the hell happened? Scheduling happens, life happens, things happen. But we're finally going to do Once Upon a Time in Mexico. But first, we got to pay some bills, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
And that's at Knife Party Pod. Well, first you got to type in patreon.com/Knife Party Pod. And there you could join the party for only $5, because I got 5 kids to feed, and I got 3 boobs. No, wait. Same movie, wrong person. Anyway,
I thought it was 3 balls.
Not only do you get this show early, often, and ad-free, except for my sweet, sweet live reads, but you also get Knife Party After Dark, which is the mics are off, but the mics are on,
yeah,
but the lights are
on.
Yes. And some people confuse it with a sexual show. They're like, why is it called After Dark? Is it a sexy time? No, it's not, but it can get there. Anyway.
It definitely gets there.
Sometimes it does, especially when Mrs. Katie Izzy is on the subjects. Hey, you stay away. I know you're a giant, but I will fight you like David and Goliath. Also, we have Slime Wreck Radio, our usually weekly radio. I haven't been doing it that much recently because I've been doing so much work with the guys from Suns and Shadows, 0 Point Reviews. So we've been doing a lot more episodes on the free feed, so you're welcome. But we do our Slime Wreck radio shows, and it's basically a clip show, kind of like your mom's house back in the day when it used to be funny. We also have Midnight Ramen. I've been playing a lot of old school games thanks to Josh the Show Killer, who is on Midnight Ramen and also After Dark. And so I'm going to be doing a bunch of reviews of old games. I'm playing through the whole Final Fantasy series. I'm playing
that's like 4,000 hours of gaming.
I'm really good at those games, dude. I could speed run Final Fantasy in like 30 hours.
Oh, Jesus.
I know I'm crazy. It's still a long time, but still. I'm unemployed. This is my only source of income. So we have 4 shows for you. There you go. Wait, did I mention all 4? I think I did. I did mention all 4. Okay, cool. And also, like I said, shout out to Suns and Shadows and 0 Point Reviews. We've been working with them, and they've been working with us, and it's been a lot of fun. And there you go. We also have a $20 tier. You get sweet, sweet merchandise when available. I actually have everything all printed up just about and about to be shipped out. And, of course, guess who our raffle winner was?
Who?
Of course, it would be that of Nikki Neo.
Nice. Okay.
So they actually won one of my first notebooks ever.
Oh.
So it's very sentimental. It's got a lot of cool stuff in it. There's even a funny picture that Jonathan drew of Lord in there. And she says, I love Slime Wreck Radio. And that's what she says. We also answer every single email at knifepartypod@yahoo.com because I keep it old school. And today we are talking, unfortunately, which I wanted to think it was fortunate, but it turned out to be kind of unfortunate.
You hyped it up a lot.
I haven't seen this movie in so freaking long. So we're talking Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
And
I
mean, there were a few things about it that were cool, but overall, not amazing.
It is one of the... I have my thoughts on it. We're going to play the trailer real quick, and then we'll talk about it. All right, so here is the official trailer of Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Here we go. Sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba. There we go. Skip ad.
I never heard of him.
Who?
The man you recommended. myth, the legend. And if he's still living, he's the one you want. That make you nervous? No.
A renegade agent playing both sides
I work for the CIA. Mexico's my beat, and I'm walking it.
is out to find the outlaw who became a legend.
I need you to kill the man. He's being paid to kill the president. So why me? Well, frankly, because you've got nothing to live for.
What's wrong?
Everything. Oh, yeah. It might get a wee bit dangerous.
What do you mean, Jose?
Now,
Do you want to know the secret to winning? One has to rig the game. This is a setup.
he's about to discover that legends
I'm here for my guitar.
I didn't think you'd ever come back for this thing.
Neither did I.
play by their own rules.
And I guess I have no choice but to kill you all. Time to get messy. Can you dig it?
I can dig it.
Once upon a time in Mexico,
Are you still standing? Still.
Okay, on paper, and after watching that trailer, this should be a fucking phenomenal movie.
You know, what really gave it away was the cheesy's late 90s techno music.
Well, I mean, I don't think Rodriguez had anything to do with the choice of soundtrack.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm pulling up the IMDb right now. So,
Yeah, there was definitely a lot in that trailer that it was like, okay, this is going to be pretty solid. It was cool to see like Sam Hayek is still in it and everything.
barely.
Well, I mean, in the trailer, you're like, oh yeah, okay,
Yeah,
it's them
yeah,
two versus the world.
for
Like
real.
this movie's going to be amazing.
So, okay, all right, real quick. Let's start off from the beginning. All right. I first saw this movie when it came out.
Okay.
I happened to see it at a theater that was across the street from Moylan's. You know Moylan's Brew Co. They're not a sponsor. They're amazing. Fuck Mare Island Brew Co. It's all about Moylan's, okay? I said it. Better food, better prices, better beer, better hospitality. And they don't have an evil manager that will fucking put you on hold during a job interview. Now, this movie was playing next door. So what we do is we'd usually see a movie after we hung out at Moylan's to kind of sober up. So that way we were like, the drive would be safe.
Yeah.
Go have a few pints at Moylan's, eat some food, smoke some weed, and then go across the street because walking distance.
Yeah.
And if you're still not feeling good, there's a Chick-fil-A right next door too. So
Oh,
there you go.
perfect. Yeah.
And a Taco Bell if you want a diarrhea. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just not really Mexican food. But so I saw this movie and I remember loving the shit out of it. And then my ex bought it on DVD and I remember seeing it again. Again, there was a lot of marijuana involved. She used to smoke hash like all the time.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Okay.
she had the Marin hookup.
Yeah.
Right? So I watched this with rose-colored, bloodshot eyes,
yeah.
glasses, right? Rewatching it now, especially after just rewatching Desperado and El Mariachi, this movie does not hold up.
No.
22 years has not been kind to this movie. It's all over the place. All over the place.
Yeah.
It's like if you gave a kid the script to Desperado and say, hey, read this or watch this movie, and then you put the kid like with tons of sugar and say, explain what happened in that movie. And then this happens. And then this happens. And then this happens. This movie has...
There is so much of that. Oh my God, you're dead on.
This movie has like 3 major plot lines, maybe 4, but they're all not important. The only major plot line is about the president or the person trying to take over the presidency, the general or whatever.
Oh, Barrio.
Yeah, played by
William
Dafoe. Yeah. Here's another thing. You have William Dafoe. Willem Dafoe, sorry. You have Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
You have Selma Hayek. You have Johnny Depp. And you have Antonious Banderas. On paper, again, with the direction.
Early Eva Mendes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. With Robert Rodriguez directing, on paper, this should be one of the greatest movies ever.
Yeah.
This should be like his version of Ocean's 11, you know, or something. And it just does not hit. It's like
it doesn't. It's really like watching like a Telemundo like 4TV action movie, just with better cameras.
I was gonna say it reminded me of a Bollywood film.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that too. Just less dancing, but
it still had dancing though.
It does have a little dancing in there. Yeah. When I was watching it, especially towards the end, it kind of clicked in my brain. It was like, what if I watch this again, but have the mindset of like a Grindhouse movie?
Yes.
And I was like, it's not actually that bad anymore. Like
Yeah.
if I look at it from that way.
But it's still bad. In the series of, you got El Mariachi, which is a dramatic movie with a little bit of action.
Yeah.
And the action's really good. There's a very good chase scenes in it, right? Then you have Desperado.
Yeah.
Which is just a music video practically.
Kind of. Yeah.
It's filmed great.
You're right.
The gore is great. The blood is great. The action's great. It's funny. It's charming.
Funny. Yeah.
It's sexy. It's good. Selma Hayek.
Yeah.
And Antonio Banderas, like 2 of the most beautiful people ever, like, right? And they're like, it's them against all of Mexico practically, right? It's a revenge story. It's got a lot going to it. This movie really doesn't have a lot going for it. It's set for Johnny Depp's character. It needed a lot of editing. There was a lot of gaga. There was so much freaking going on in this movie that really, you would have to be in a deprivation tank to watch this. Like, I watched it with my dad on the couch, and I was just like, I have no fucking idea what's going on. I got 3 pages of notes and just said, I give up.
Wow.
I give up. I couldn't. The plot is hard, but yet easy to. It's so easy to follow, but yet it's hard to follow at the same time, which is.
Well, it's just confused on which way it wants to go at what time, sort of thing.
So I don't know what the hell was this, like an editing issue? Was this the studio saying more of this and less of that? All right. It's got a 66 on the tomato meter and a 64 with the popcorn meter, and I think that is way more than fair. Usually we review movies and we're very, very, very fair. I'm going to be brutal with you on this one. If this had no name actors and it was just like, everything all at once at all the time.
Yeah.
Because that's what this movie feels like. And it had no name actors, I would probably give this a solid like 65.
Okay.
Because it's got Mickey Rourke, Willem Dafoe. It's
got a lot of big name actors. You'd expect a lot more out of it.
It's got and the direction, everything else. It's not like a no-name director at this point. Robert Rodriguez is established. I think he even did Spy Kids and stuff at this point. He did Dust Till Dawn, obviously. And I think Grindhouse was about to come out. I think that was their next movie.
Yeah,
right after
that was
this.
like a couple years later.
Quentin Tarantino did help produce this as well.
Right.
This movie gets a minus for all that plus. I'm like, dude, you had this many resources and you turned out this turd. I'm giving this a 39%.
Wow.
I'll say.
Wow. Honestly, I was going to give it like a 50 or a 55. I was like, I guess, yeah, because I had some bigger name actors in there. Like, they didn't do bad in their acting. It's just the characters weren't really set up that well.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't really fault them for that. But yeah, it's super jumbled. Some of the like effects are just really just cheesy as hell. Like, it's just bad, and yeah, I just didn't know what kind of movie it wanted to be, really.
Here's the thing. All the charm in Desperado, and it definitely an El Mariachi is stripped away.
100%.
It's like,
well, they're just trying to rehash like old scenes to, sort of, and it's like, what are you doing?
yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, it's not even for it. You could say, oh, it's Desperado for a new generation. Bitch, this was only 8 years later. This wasn't
it's not
like
a different generation.
Yeah, it's not like a remake or a rehash. This is supposed to be a third in the series, and this movie just falls. It just
So hard.
Okay, first off, my main thing, they took out Selma Hayek. She's in like the memories and stuff.
Yeah, the flashback scenes.
And it's like, okay, that was mistake number one. I want to know why she died or why she's not there. I really don't care about this president situation. That should be the B plot. He should be sucked into it. But instead it's no. We find the mariachi, or El, that they call him in this movie, and he's just like a guitar maker. He miraculously can play guitar again. Like in the beginning, we see that because in Desperado,
I kind of get that though. Like he had a wife and kid and blah blah blah, and so he like found his passion again.
yeah,
You know?
I get it. I get it. But in number one and number two, they specifically say he cannot play again because he's missing the bones in his hand.
Right.
So it's like, okay.
He's got that little hand wrap thing now.
And then they also, he's got like a fucking ace bandage and now he can play again, which I don't know if you've ever played guitar with an ace bandage. It's almost impossible. Unless your neck is totally like a C neck or a D neck, maybe, but not. But these are classical guitars. Classical guitars have those flat,
Super,
wide.
Yeah.
Try playing that with a cast. It's not possible.
No, it's not gonna happen.
So that's secondly, they bring back a lot of the actors that died in the other movies, like
As different characters.
characters. And I know that Robert Rodriguez loves to reuse other characters. However, now you're insulting my intelligence because this is supposed to be a trilogy. This is not supposed to be an alternate universe or some shit, right? This is actually supposed to be part of the trilogy. So why is the assassin back? Okay, we'll explain it. And they even like do nods to him where it's like now Selma Hayek character has become like the knife throwing assassin
With his old blades, yeah.
exactly. And they even use the old blades too. They look exactly the same. There's so many fucking problems with this movie that like if you're to now, okay, maybe I think the reason why I really like this movie back in the day is I was in my 20s. It was just a nonstop action roller coaster ride, and there was a lot of beer and alcohol involved. Sorry, weed and alcohol involved. This time watching it, I'm like, this movie does not track. It doesn't hold up, and like I said, there's so many stories going on. The only relevant story to me was the Johnny Depp story.
Yeah. That was probably the best part out of all the stories that are being played out.
So Johnny Depp's story is he's a CIA agent. And he wants to assassinate this new general who's trying to do a coup and take over the presidency, right? And there's so much unnecessary shit here, but Johnny Depp kills it in this movie. Like I remember, like the opening scene where he goes, "I'm going to shoot the cook." I was like, "Oh my god, I'm in!"
Yeah.
Like, this is Johnny Depp's character kills it in this movie. No pun intended. And even at the end, when the little boy selling chiclets guides him around, and he's like gunfighting, and
that's pretty badass.
That was it. That was like the best part of the movie. Like if you were to remove Johnny Depp, I would give this a 19 probably. I'd score it super low, right?
Yeah.
Antonio Banderas's fights and Johnny Depp. Okay, first off, Johnny Depp is mainly walking and talking and trying to get a plot going. He's so trying to hold it together. Cheech is back as the fat bartender.
You're right.
Same character, even though he dies in the other one. But now he's got a...
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess maybe before he got shot in the eye, but he didn't die.
But we saw a hole that went through the back of his head.
No. That was a bottle broke behind him, and he had shrapnel or something.
Okay, whatever. Do not defend this movie, you son of a bitch.
So real quick, one character, the FBI agent. Did you recognize him from something else? I gave this movie a couple extra points just for him being in there.
No, I didn't.
Danny Boy.
No.
Yeah.
That was Danny Boy?
Yeah, buddy.
Get the hell out of here. Oh, wow. 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 Mind fucking blown. Okay, you know what?
Yeah, I gave it a few extra points just for that right
I don't
there.
think
I
it's
was like, all right.
I don't think it's worth rewatching this shit show. But I mean, hey, Danny Boy's working, right? That's awesome. Shit, you know what? If the whole cast of Predator 2 was in here, I think it would be a better movie.
You gotta have Danny Glover as Burrito.
Dude, here's another thing. Willem Dafoe.
It was weird because, like, I mean, William Dafoe as like the cartel boss. It was like there's so many other actors that I'm pretty sure Rodriguez knows that would have been a better fit. Like, I feel he was just.
He wanted the name.
He just wanted him in the movie. Yeah.
And also Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke is he's the guy that betrays him and gives up his stuff, and he likes his dog. And Mickey Rourke is awesome, but this is right before the Mickey Rourke renaissance of The Wrestler. This came out like right before that, right?
And The Wrestler was freaking
That
awesome.
is an amazing movie.
Yeah.
I just rewatched it again. It's one of those movies we haven't even reviewed it, and I've watched since I've been doing the show. I've watched that movie 3 times and haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
Definitely a movie that's on the table. Love that movie. I could talk about that movie all day. It's just such a fucking gorgeous movie. And the great thing about it is The Wrestler is exactly what this movie is not. Character development. There is 0 character development in this movie.
Right.
Every character is, from scene 1 to the last scene of the movie, exactly who they are, even though they go through changes. Like Willem Dafoe gets a face swap. Right? Why? So he doesn't get assassinated. Everyone fucking knows who he is.
Yeah.
It's pointless for this face swap thing. I think it was just to add some gore to the movie or some mystique to the character. But wouldn't it have been better if it started off the other way where we see him in bandages and later on we see his face?
Oh, that would have been kind of cool.
Because Willem Dafoe's got that weird rubbery face anyway.
Right.
It would have made more sense to have him first, and the big reveals is Willem Dafoe at the end.
Yeah.
But no. This movie doesn't think like this movie is edited like backwards and forwards and just
slant ways and byways.
Dude, it's like the Wonka Vader of movies.
Yeah.
The backstory with Selma Hayek, we make her a badass character and then she just dies and we don't really like.
And it's like basically the same way his previous girl died. Like they just kind of rehashed that again.
And you're like, is this a flashback?
Right.
What is this?
And then, well, yeah, because it's like you kind of see her, but then not. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess that is a flashback of her being shot and him being shot.
And the other two, the madcap scene with them chained together and then they're being shot at. First off,
ridiculous.
How do they get chained together? Oh, we're going to chain them together and then wait outside and shoot them. Why not just shoot them when they're there?
Yeah, why? That makes no sense.
Oh my God. And then their escape scene where they have to like Assassin's Creed their way down.
Right, that was bad. And then they rehashed the scene from the first one where they jump roofs and it like explodes.
Yeah.
But now they're jumping off a bus and it explodes.
Yes.
Like.
And they rehashed the band getting back together when he's
with Enrique Iglesias.
And this time it's not even cute this time.
I mean, the flamethrower was cool, but
it was. But in Desperado, he had a fucking missile launcher.
Yeah, true.
And he had miniguns inside the cases. And what beats a minigun?
Badass. That was badass.
Come on, man. Yeah. And then there's a point where he pumps his guitar like a shotgun. It's just my God.
Oh no, yeah, because he shoots at the bar. His guitar's a machine gun, and then it's like the underbarrel grenade launcher. And so he's like blowing up the bar, pumps another grenade, I guess, into the guitar neck. It was dumb. It was bad.
I really
like. That's why I want to look at this from a Grindhouse perspective. Just because, yeah, stupid stuff like that, I expect it. Like if they just used lower film quality and made it grittier,
and
this movie would actually be like, it would probably get like a 70 or 75.
I was just about to ask. I'm doing this new thing on the show called "What Would You Have Changed?"
Yeah.
So meaning, you got the director's ear and you have the editor's ear. So what would you have changed? Okay, give it the film quality effects.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
edit the shit out of this movie.
Yeah.
Edit the shit.
It's not even like crazy long either.
It feels longer than it is.
It feels it's only like an hour 45 or something like that.
Dude, it feels like it's 2 hours and a half.
Yeah, 2.5, 3 hour movie.
Dude, I for real thought, like, I was looking at my watch going, wait a minute, when did we start this movie? 9? It's like 10:15, and I'm fucking bored. And
yeah, I did the same thing. I paused at one point. I'm like, damn, I've been watching this for a while. I paused, and it was like 52 minutes, and I was like, wait, what?
Right? This movie's like prison time. So yeah, edit the fuck out of it. So this movie should have been maybe 90 minutes.
Maybe 90 minutes, maybe. Yeah.
And I could tell you exactly who to cut. And I hate saying it. Cut out the Mickey Rourke character. It would have been better if it was just you saw his face on a phone call and he was the informant. Mm-hmm. And it's just like a cameo.
I mean, you can have the Mickey Rourke character, but like lose the dog. Like that was just cheesy and dumb. Don't get Mickey Rourke. Get like a no-name dude. Like,
and it's not that I hate I love Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
It's just he doesn't belong.
No.
He's definitely a fucking a fifth wheel or not a fifth wheel.
I mean, he's like a ninth wheel in this one.
Yeah, I mean, and Willem Dafoe, I fucking love Willem Dafoe. Mm-hmm. Give him a role where he's actually menacing.
Like,
and
you could have made him the new assassin instead of bringing back Trejo.
That's another thing I hate about this movie. The bad guys aren't menacing.
Right.
Like at all. Like it's like, oh, they're going up against Desperado, plus we got this Johnny Depp character who's a ruthless killer. And that's another thing too. Do we root for Johnny Depp or do we not like him? Because he is an evil son of a bitch in the beginning. I mean, he shoots a cook for no reason. Granted, is the best scene in the whole movie.
Yeah.
And he's about to kill like another person, and he's a CIA informant. Yeah, okay, that makes sense that you would be killing people on the south border, this, that, and the other. And then Danny Boy should have been way more of the plot. Mm-hmm. Like, remember, he's an FBI agent. He scratches out when it expired, and everything. If they would have told his story,
that would have been way better.
Way better of a movie. Keep all his scenes.
Mm-hmm.
It really should have been, I think. So here's what I would have changed. I'm with you with the Grindhouse. Let's get some film. Mm-hmm. Let's even have some times where the film tears.
Oh yeah,
and it goes boop, 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 and then it's back together, and
then it's like further in the movie.
It's further in the movie. Yeah.
That would have made way more sense for certain scenes.
Yeah, there's a scene where Antonio Banderas is playing his guitar, and he's just playing, and he's like, on the roof and blah blah blah, and then they come for him, right? And he's like, "You're going to take me." At that point, rip the film, fast forward it, cut out, have Cheech Marine's telling the story. As old bartender, he's like, "Oh, they have this girl and him and blah blah blah." It's like, dude, we already know. We already know because we already watched the last two. Have it go like technical difficulties, and then just like fast forward.
Fast forward, yeah. They could have done that for when the flashback to when they were chained. Yeah. Instead of having the dumb swing down thing, just they go out the window. And then it just tears, and then it comes back to them like escaping down an alley.
Yeah, or an explosion or something.
Yeah.
Or what they could have done, would have even been better, is just fucking recycle the footage from Desperado of them on the rooftop. Just recycle that scene when he's telling the story about how devastating they are.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Because it's like, okay, it's shorter. It's not as egregious. Now, I know for storytelling purposes, they're trying to say, this couple was so badass, they escape everything. But Desperado, they are so badass, they escaped everything.
Yeah, we already know that.
In fact, in Desperado, there's a scene at the very end where he shoots his brother, who's the drug cartel, but it just kind of whites out.
Why
not tell that story?
Do that again? Oh, yeah, flashback to that.
Tell the story. What happens after that?
Right, like how did he get out with like 30 people with guns on him?
Exactly.
I want to know.
Exactly, because in El Mariachi, they hated the boss, so when he dies, the dude actually lights a cigarette off his, he takes a match and lights it off his dead corpse.
Yeah.
And goes, you can go. Because we didn't like him anyway.
Right.
And Desperado, he's the bad guy, Bucho, right? Is so evil, he shoots like one of his own men in front of everybody and starts shooting at everybody else. Those guys are fucking ruthless. What happens after El Mariachi kills Bucho, we don't know. It whites out, and then he's hitchhiking.
Yeah.
Where's that story? This movie should have began with that.
That would have been kind of neat. Yeah.
If it would have began with that, and then cut to Cheech, and he goes, I don't know how I survived, but that's the end of the story. If you would have said that, and then boom, then you have, Johnny Depp walking in, and we could have told that story and everything else. It's just like, man.
Yeah, because they didn't need the general and Barrio trying to kill the president sort of thing. Like, we didn't need those two stories. Like, honestly, they could have gotten rid of Barrio altogether and just made it the general and Johnny Depp. And that would have been amazing.
Right? So that's what I'm saying. Even though I love Willem Dafoe, cut him out of the movie. Even though I love Mickey Rourke, cut him out of the movie.
Yeah.
Make this story about, it's called the El Mariachi series. He's practically a side character in this, and I get it. It's like, he's already an established character, and we know he could do. Then you're just fan servicing us by just showing him kick ass. Like, if we're not trying to tell his story,
why is this
then
movie?
Then what is this movie? And I get it. It's called Once Upon a Time in Mexico. It is, but still, it's part of the series. It's part of the. Was this a cash grab? Like, can you explain this to me?
I feel like it wasn't for Robert Rodriguez, but I feel like for the studios, it was.
So,
what was the budget on this?
You know what? I did my fucking digging. I could not find.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Even the studio's trying to forget.
Dude, it's just, a lot of people thought it was bad. The only here goes. This girl gave it, her name is Nail Minnow. She said it's like an R-rated violent Roadrunner cartoon. And I think that's explains it
fantastic.
Very well.
Yeah.
It says, here's Neil Norman says it's successful set pieces, however, vivid and colorful will not alone make this a coherent movie, and it's far from coherent. Colorful, but nuts. This movie is like an Asher trip. It's just like, I don't know what to fucking make of it. And it really sucks because in my memory, I remember loving this movie.
Yeah.
By the way, so Robert Rodriguez, Tony Banderas, Selma Hayek, barely. That's another thing. More Selma Hayek, please.
Yeah.
This movie could have used a lot more. Dig. I just thought of it. This would have been great. What about if in the beginning of the movie we find out what happens to Bucho, right? The whole hitchhiking thing was all a fever dream in El Mariachi's head because he took a bullet too. He's dying. Selma Hayek becomes the El Mariachi character. That
I don't know. That it could be okay. I don't know. I feel like you get rid of Barrio, like that whole chain of events. You have the FBI guy. So Selma Hayek's still alive. They still have the daughter. But now CIA is trying to get Mariachi to kill or whatever the general, and Salma Hayek, and then the CIA guy is going after Salma Hayek and the daughter to make Mariachi do it. So it's her trying to cat mouse with him.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
So she could be a badass fighting Johnny Depp. The FBI guy is trying to help them while Eva Mendes characters on the opposite side,
oh, hey, what's up, Kevin? If you want to chime in, we're talking shit about Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Kevin Smith, the Kevin, not the Kevin Smith, the Kevin Smith.
The Kevin Smith.
Yeah, not the director of crappy movies, but...
Whoa. Hey,
whoa.
Yeah, the first few 4 or 5 were awesome, okay?
Okay, I'm just going to say I rewatched Tusk. Doesn't.
Yeah, okay, well, there's that.
Even though it is a movie about podcasting. Also, do you know the story about him screwing over Corolla for $500,000?
No.
Oh, okay, well get into it later.
Another time.
Another time. But anyway, yeah.
Hello, sir. Welcome to the show.
I think that
Big fan.
I think you're right, though. If they would have made it about, the family having to escape.
Yeah.
or something.
And like some double cross in there.
Yeah,
like
and have Johnny Depp involved.
right.
Because Johnny Depp just goes, you have nothing to live for, so you have to work for me. And he's like, okay, I'll do it.
Well, yeah, like that's the thing. Like you know, he makes a comment like the only way to win is to like rig the game. So that's him going after his wife and daughter to make him, like kill the dude or whatever, like kill the general. It's like, man, there's so many other ways you could have done this that would have been much more straightforward and coherent.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, was the general really a huge threat anyway? Like, I mean,
he was trying to take over the country. You know, he's trying to kill the president, which is like, okay, so Mariachi's trying to kill him and stop him from taking over, protect the president. Like,
well, not to get political here, but Mexico, from the eyes of these movies, is kind of fucked. Maybe a revolution would have been better. Because, I mean,
eventually they got it at the end there. Yeah.
Yeah, in each movie, like, there's like, kids are dealing drugs, bookstores are dealing drugs, everyone's dealing drugs.
I mean, it's pretty true, actually.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, maybe I don't know. But no, okay. All right. Another thing that I like about this movie, mainly because it rips off one of my favorite movies, is I love the battle royale scene where Johnny Depp gets his eyes cut out and he's like, fuck it, I still got a job to do.
Yeah.
He takes the chick like and he puts on the glasses. And all of a sudden he's like a master crack shot and he's just here. And
he turns into a Daredevil.
Yeah, exactly. I do love this scene though. I think it was a lot of fun. This was one of like every time Johnny Depp's on screen in this movie, that's when I perked up.
Yeah, that's when I really wanted to pay attention.
And every time he wasn't on, especially when it was the political banter, and again, too, make this more grindhousey, it could have had a lot more dialogue in Spanish. You know? And if you really want to mess with it, do the thing in Grindhouse where, like, they say something in Spanish, but it's translated differently. You know, just to, like, you know, tongue in cheek. So if you know, actually speak Spanish or even a little bit, you're like, wait a minute, that's not what he said. You know, like just throwing some American propaganda in there, you know, like some stuff. Like, if this was America, this would not happen. It's like, wait a minute, he didn't say that. He said if it was Mexico, this would not happen. Or Puerto, you know, whatever.
Right.
I think this is probably... I think Spy Kids is probably a better movie than this movie.
Oh, brutal. I've never actually seen Spy Kids, but I'm going to trust you on this one.
I've seen it because...
I get it. I'm, you know.
No, it was either... I was with a girl that was either babysitting or I had a nephew or something over, and I saw it, and I'm like, this movie actually isn't bad.
Yeah.
It's actually... You know... I know also Rodriguez did Shark Boy and Tank Girl or whatever. Or, yeah, whatever. But
or Lava Girl.
Lava Girl, yeah. But that was like a project for his kids, and I think there was a cancer patient involved too, where it was like kind of a Make-A-Wish thing or something. But this movie is just really terrible.
Yeah. So
if we're gonna rank them, I would say it would go Desperado, El Mariachi, and then this.
Yeah, exactly.
As far as it goes for Rodriguez films, this is probably at the bottom. I mean,
yeah,
there is no way that I could watch this movie and Dusk Till Dawn and go, this is the same team, this is the same guy, this is the same.
Dusk Till Dawn is a way better movie.
It's a fantastic movie.
Better movie. Yeah.
And I know Robert Rodriguez is like one of the masters of like what we call pulp filmmaking.
Yeah.
This movie is almost, it's all pulp, no solid.
Okay.
There's got to be some positive we can get out of this, though, besides Johnny Depp. Is there any great scenes that you liked in this besides Cheech making ass out himself? And I love it that he dies in every movie practically, too.
I know, right? Selma Hayek.
Yeah, Selma Hayek. But we don't get her like we do in Desperado, though.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, you take what you can get.
Yes, I know. I mean, but I think, too, in a way that when you actually watch Grindhouse, have you watched Grindhouse recently, Planet Terror?
It's been a couple years.
Okay, it's good. I haven't watched it in a couple of years, but last time I did watch it, I do remember they call El Rey they just call him El.
Yeah.
And also too with oh God, I'm sorry, Rose McGowan's character.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Cherry.
It's kind of like that. Yeah, Cherry. Mm-hmm. They kind of are like, in a way, I feel they're like apologizing for this movie because that movie is kind of what this movie, in a way, it's very similar.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, of course, Antonio Banderas couldn't be in that movie. It's just, I wouldn't say it's beneath him, even though, because there's a lot of stars in that movie.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of big names.
Yeah, even if they're just cameos,
Mm-hmm.
But this was the low point, I think, for
Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, it kind of shows because I think Grindhouse came out in 2007 or 6 or 7.
2006, yeah.
Yeah, late 2006, 2007. That's a good 3-year gap of trying to make a good adult movie.
Right.
And I mean adult, obviously. I mean rated R. I don't mean
right.
The other thing. But yeah, I was thoroughly disappointed in this. Desperado's got a place in my heart. Obviously, I really do like El Mariachi. It's one of those movies that you forget you're reading subtitles. It's that good.
Yeah.
You know when you're watching a movie and the subtitles, like, you forget you're like, oh, I'm sucked in. The story is great.
I don't. Yeah, it doesn't bother me at all.
And even though there's little dialogue in that movie, this movie's got so much dialogue and zero story. It's like I said, it lost its way, man.
Yeah.
I would compare this to, like, say, as an old school gamer, Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 are great, and then 10 is great, and then 12 comes out because 11 was just online, and you're like, this story is just fucking everywhere, and it makes zero sense. And I'm only playing this. I'm only gonna beat this game because I'm 34 hours invested. Fuck this game.
Yeah,
I'm never playing it again.
I do have one last. Did you notice the Taxi Driver for Johnny Depp and the kid?
Okay, yeah.
You recognize who he was?
No, I do not.
Oh man,
no, dude, I was very angry at this point.
Yeah, so that's the singer of Los Lobos. He was the guy on the phone.
You're right. Yes. yeah.
Yeah.
Not as cool of his character though in Desperado when he's.
But it was cool to have him.
It was cool
there.
to have him as a cameo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in so many fucking movies, man. I think he was even in the original El Mariachi too.
I believe so.
I think he is. I don't think he's got a part in it. I think he's got like a
cameo thing, yeah.
Or he's like one of the goons or something. But yeah, man. So okay, I gave it a 39. You're giving it. You said a 50. What'd you say?
I don't know. After talking now, I'm like, I'll give it a 45.
45.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll tell you what. We will settle on what would that be? What, a 42 and a half? Something like that.
Yeah, we'll just say 42.
So we haven't had a rotten movie in a while.
It's a long while, yeah.
And
unless somebody does it on purpose, but
oh, you mean that? You mean, Kev? Listen to this. You mean that we're going to take Napoleon Dynamite to cinema court?
Yeah, that's gonna be amazing.
Napoleon Dynamite cinema court 2 weeks from now. What else do you want to? What do you want to do seriously though? Like,
I mean, we were talking Devil's Advocate.
Devil's Advocate.
Sure.
I'm a fan of man.
I mean, we've never done like the.
Actually, I want
Kurt
Kev
Russell
on that
thing.
one too. The Kurt Russell thing. Which one?
The Thing.
Oh, The Thing.
Was
yeah,
Kurt
we
Russell,
have.
Have we done that one yet?
We could do a take 2 on it. Yeah, I did that with. I love that movie.
Yeah.
And plus, we've been doing a lot of Carpenter recently. We could do a take 2 on that. I think The Thing is my episode 16. I did it like 3 years ago. I haven't
That's
watched
probably why I don't remember. Yeah, okay.
But I had Jeff Ugly Shoes on the show. But no, I love The Thing. It's a great movie. I never saw the sequel.
No.
But I did play the video game, which is a prequel.
Oh, really? Okay.
The PS2 game?
Yeah. I never actually played it. But...
Dude, my friend Larry, Tequila Larry, actually got, and we sold it. I wish I would have bought it. But he bought the special edition, and this is like PS2 didn't really have special editions that often.
Right.
It was the Thing movie with the Thing video game in a special case. And it was like, and it was only, it was actually pretty discounted too, because I think it was only like $49. But I remember the video game had the original soundtrack to it, And it was cool if you put it in your computer, you could, like, the original soundtrack was all there. And the Thing video game, you actually are playing as the Russians.
Oh, okay.
And then you play as like a rescue team that comes in to find Childs and everybody else.
Yeah.
So
I just thought of Predator when you said rescue team.
We're a rescue team, not assassins. And I do this kind of work.
Because some damn fool accused you of being the best. Dylan, you son of a bitch.
What's the matter? CIA got you pushing too many pencils?
I fucking love Predator. God damn it. Why couldn't we have watched Predator? So, yeah, I'm going to bury this movie in my collection. I don't think I'm going to be watching this anytime soon. But it was fun talking about it. Notice it didn't even get the goth music treatment.
No, yeah.
Yeah, we kind of went at it. All right. We're going to get out of here. We're coming back with the substance in just a couple of few. If you're listening online or live, which is a way better movie than this. But thank you so much for enduring that with me. And like I said, I mean, hey, I always say this, and it appeals to movies, books, and ex-girlfriends. Where you were when you first watched it influences what it was, right? Like, I loved the Zodiac novel. I loved Catcher in the Rye growing up. I loved the Dracula books growing up, right? Certain movies I grew up with, same thing. Not so much, though, because I rewatch movies more, so I know if they suck or I know if they're good. But I say this with movies and ex-girlfriends. You remember your ex-girlfriends of all their great shit. If you were to get back with them, you would remember for every 2 good things that they bring to the table, you would remember 18 things that you fucking hate about them. And this movie is an ex-girlfriend. In hindsight, you're like, man, Johnny Depp's so cool. Selma Hayek. Oh my God, Willem Dafoe. And then you watch it and you're like, ew. Why did I like this movie?
How did this get made?
What was I thinking?
Yeah.
All right. So remember, be kind, rewind, be ethical to each other. Do you got any plugs to throw out there?
Not yet, but
so we're
hopefully soon.
By the way, we are planning our next online gig.
Yeah.
If you and your band want to come and do it with us, Dad's going to do his, but I could do you guys before, and we'll do a live stream. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So
I'll throw it out to the boys.
Throw it out to the boys because, hey, check it out. It's a live stream gig on X. Guys don't have to worry about load-in times or anything else. You just play, you rock for about 30, 45 minutes. I'll get you guys a good live recording that you could use as scratch tracks.
Yeah.
And we'll see if you get any love online, you know?
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
He is Antonious. I am Zachary. This is tequila going down my throat. Oh, I got a phone call. All right, we got to get out of here. All right, love
guys.
you guys.
Have
Bye.
a good one.